Yeah, no. Very. Indeed they are. Yeah, I need to find... There's gotta be like a...
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy paper, mister.
There's gotta be a fast travel point somewhere. Like, you have to find the fast travel points to activate them. And they can be hard to spot because they are phone booths. Get some bumps fighting here. Oh, I'm streaming, by the way. How is there no fast travel point here? Good God. I think I'll go around. Oh. Well, this isn't any better. Well, you're a sleuth in this game, so you know it's not going to be... Investigations are slow. There's several. Well, you're in this town because, you were having nightmares that were basically calling you here. And you heard of people coming here and disappearing and like being all crazy before they left. So you are trying to figure out why people are coming here and being all crazy. I'm actually in like the rich part of town right now. Are you playing? Oh, why am I streaming? I don't know, if you want to play, play. One of my friends probably gonna watch this anyway. So I told him I got a new game and posted me. He's like, I didn't get an invite. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my god, where am I going? That works. What sucks though is like sometimes when you leave an area and you're like all crazy because of the shit you saw in it, like some of the monsters or hallucinations will follow you and attack you, so you have to like defend yourself. But if you shoot your gun in public and if there's any cops around, they'll start shooting you. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shoot you in the face now. They just start shooting. They're just like, oh yeah, you know, we're just gonna shoot you in the face now. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, it's really awesome. You like just survived getting attacked by monsters, barely made it out with your life. You're a little crazy, so you're seeing things that do attack you, and they do damage. But nobody else sees it, so all they see is like you being a raving lunatic, shooting your gun out in public. So yeah, they're gonna shoot you. And it's got like weird little scenes where if you're standing idle and your like insanity meter is a little, or your sanity is a little low, you'll like take out your gun, look at it, and put it slowly to your head. Like, it is disturbing, to say the least. It's like, oh, like I would definitely say, like, there's a trigger warning for certain people. You know, like it is. Yeah, like it's pretty messed up.
I paid a visit to that awful restaurant. I'd call it a den of evil, but that would be an understatement.
Good grief. What happened?
The cook was mad, a cannibal, and fed those jumping monstrosities on human flesh. He called them patrons.
That restaurant was a destination for Oakmont's elite, many of whom disappeared shortly after the flood. I think we now know why.
Are you suggesting that it was cannibalism that caused such a horrific transformation?
These days, alas, cannibalism is not so rare. Could it be that all the Cositians, as Westerbrook calls them, were once men?
Why?
Wait. I swear I already went to wrong shop. Oh, I missed a clue. Fuck. Oh, I have to go all the way back there. I missed a clue somewhere in that damn shot. Which is weird, because I walked up and down that place. Ah, here we go again. Hopefully those things won't respawn. I can't believe I missed something. What? Like, all I know is that I have to make my way back to the shop. Because apparently I missed something. Oh, so you missed my awesome battle with the creature. Well, that's a fairly big boy. Kind of squishy sounding. Really wish there was a closer spawn point. Who, me? Oh, you got a message? Oh.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit for print.
Alright. Ah, respawned. jerk. Yeah, they also do that. Explode! Yeah, sure.
Those bags stink worse than a barrel of rotten fish. Or fisk, whatever. The slime stinks even worse than the bodies.
What am I missing here? What am I missing? Ah.
Quick. Bring them in before the neighbors see us. Are those the last ones? I did everything you asked, yeah? So when will my initiation begin?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
I did everything you asked, yeah? So when will my Quick. Bring them in before the neighbors see us. Are those the last ones? Quick. Bring them in before the neighbors see us. I did everything you asked, yeah? So when will my initiation begin?
Members of a cult were disposing of bodies in the basement of the shop. The corpses merged together to form a huge monstrosity.
Alright, let's get out of here. This place sucks. I am not a fan of being in that shop with that giant, nasty... Like the rich part of town, which is where I was, it looks fairly normal. But like, if you go further south, which I'm gonna go once I'm done talking to the doctor, you'll see how gross it is. It is not a pretty place. Alright. At least I'm getting used to the areas. No. No. But you've run into people who you do favors for.
I visited that old shop you mentioned and found a few things you may be interested in. Even took a sample for studying.
What did you discover? I was sure a huge creature could not have wandered inside unnoticed.
The cult of the Fecund Mother was dumping corpses of their victims in the shop's basement.
Professor Westerbrook's research does suggest the Acheronians are attracted to dead bodies.
No, this one formed from the corpses themselves. There was a putrid slime on everything. Maybe that's the cause of this unnatural rebirth.
You said you took a sample of it. Well, I can conduct some experiments on rats. If your theory holds true, what a marvelous discovery.
We've discovered a lot of disturbing information about the wild beasts. What are you going to do with it?
Well, I've already contacted the university. We'll cooperate to further study these phenomena.
The public deserve to know. It would help them to protect themselves and others.
It would cause mass hysteria. Doesn't the city have enough problems already? I must insist you keep all this confidential.
I thought you wanted help.
And I will, but we must prepare our advice carefully, with scientific rigor. We cannot rush this, my friend.
Bye.
Yes! Ha ha ha! Oh, you'll see why I'm excited in about 3 minutes. Because that mission unlocked a costume. Yeah, because you get different outfits for him. And I got the one I've been wanting since I realized it was a thing in here. Oh yeah, you don't have to pay for him or anything. The costumes. Well, you know, like, it's just so permanent to pay for everything these days that it's always like, oh, you don't have to pay for stuff in this game. Yay.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
In this game, yeah. You unlock them. Oh, I don't know. All I know is that the ones I'm getting came with the game and you unlock them as you go. It's a reward system. Alright, let's change into my costume. Hell yeah. Yes, looking sharp. Huh? I know, right? It feels pretty appropriate for this game, too. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, so you newcomer's the one you start with. Yeah. Oh, I want the gangster. Oh, Mom of Science is kind of cool. My favorite is still Plague Doctor. You get a Sherlock Holmes style. Oh, I like the cultist. What? I know, right? I know, right? It's crazy. But I think this one is appropriate considering I'm dealing with a kind of plague. Oh, hubby's gonna be so jelly. So you got the plague doctor?
The door
I
won't
mean,
budge.
well, yeah, because I was kicking butt in the game while you were out gallivanting with your buddy. Priorities, bro, priorities. I look sharp though, yeah.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Yeah, you're watching me, blah, blah, blah. Hmm? Which guy? Oh! I think I accidentally, pinned something. Like, you have the option of pinning evidence so you kind of remember what the hell you're doing. I guess I pinned something on accident. I'm not seeing it though. Oh. Alright, time to go scuba diving. What? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, I'm not scuba diving yet. I still have to go to the boat. They'd be all like, hey, I gotta go scuba diving. Actually, I'm gonna grab a smoke real quick before I do all that, because I've never been underwater in this game yet. I'll just hide here. Nobody will see me. Just weirdo looking. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just a weirdo plague doctor. Nothing to see here. Ooh. Can I make anything? I think that big monster guy like used up all my stuff. Yeah. Like most of my ammo, most of my traps. most of my explosives. Just like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make you use up all your shit. Yay! Yeah, it's like it plays a lot like Resident Evil. Like it makes me think of like a mix of like the Sherlock Holmes games, a little bit of Soul Suspect, a little bit of Resident Evil and Last of Us style. Like it's a weird mix of different games that works really well for this. I will say one of my favorite things are the like sound cues, like the sound effects and the sound cues. Because if you notice, there's barely any music playing, but when I walk into hot zones, the music like rises or other sounds start getting louder. Starts creating like this good tension. So I'm just grabbing a smoke real quick, because you know. Also, my wrist hurts. Excuse me. Like, did you ever play LA Noire? It's an interesting game. I enjoyed it. But you know, like it's a calm game. I like games that are calm, but are like pull you in. And I wouldn't say this game is calm because it does create a lot of anxiety. But the slower pace is kind of nice. And like choosing where you're gonna go next is always really nice. So I was talking to hubby and he was like, because he also got the game for his PC. Like it's one of the few games that we both own. Because he's a PC gamer. But he started playing it a little bit before me, so he was ahead. But I was doing more of the side quests. And a lot of them, like the beginning ones, are fairly easy. Like there's not much fighting going on just yet. It's just kind of like little monsters maybe, and then just a lot of sleuthing. So I was getting my XP up doing that, and he was struggling running away from the big guys. And I was like, you know, you probably have skill points. You might want to spend those. They do make things a little bit easier. Well, the story is still there. Well, that's the thing. He wasn't doing the main story either. He was concentrating on some side missions, but he was doing like the harder set. What I would call like the secondary set. And like with all of those, there are monsters and shit you gotta kill. And all of them have like at least one big one. So I did the other ones and upped my stuff. And then I went and fought the big ones and it was a lot easier except for that last one. That guy was... I think he was a little bigger than they normally are because he was like a little mini boss. He seemed a little tougher than the others had been. Because the others is like 3 traps and a couple of bullets and that generally does enough damage. That guy was like going through my traps. It's like, oh, you put a trap down? I barely felt it. You're like, son of a bee! Because with the smaller guys, the trap keeps them there for a while. And do damage, so it's nice. I am very familiar with the bloaters from The Last of Us. Yeah, I figured out you want to save your Molotovs for the bloaters and the clickers. Oh, the Molotovs are great with the clickers because you just throw a bottle like in a place where a few will hear it. So they gather there, and then you just throw one Molotov cocktail on a group and they all burn, and then their screaming attracts more. So you end up using like one Molotov to kill, you know, 3 to 5 clickers. Those are good numbers. Huh? Pythons.
The door won't budge.
No. It had bloaters, clickers, oh, yeah. Well, no, it had shrapnel. You had shrapnel bombs.
The mayor's cursed these days.
Like the melee weapons, if you upgraded them, were awesome. Why can't I keep this?
They emptied every chamber. Still stinks of burnt powder. This would be a weird artifact in any collection. Cape Cod. There were marks here, but they've been erased. They were in high spirits, and plenty of them were drinking.
Okay, I'm confused. Oh, okay. There we go. One minute. I think so. Oh. I guess it's not. Why did I need a tank? No. It has to be. Yeah. Probably have to go down here. A little bit, yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if some of BioShock was inspired by Lovecraftian style stories. Maybe not with like the mythos, but appearance. Ooh, I got a trophy. Deep breath.
The chemical lamps are nearly spent. But I reckon I can still follow them. This stone isn't natural. Could it be a statue?
Oh! Don't see that? Uh-huh. Yes, fun. No, not him.
See you if you... No! You... No!
scientists didn't even take their tools with them.
Hmm? Well, they made it that far because they have tools down here.
Gods lean over us. Gods crawl in us. Gods who have marked me as their aphid. Gods lean over us. Gods crawl in us. Gods who have marked me as their aphid.
The suits are all cut up.
I think he was.
A ritual knife and a cult sign. I think I better show Mr. Throckmorton. A ritual knife and a cult sign. I think I better show Mr. Throckmorton.
Sancta Mare, be our eyes, eyes to see the distant stars.
Hark, he comes! The sacred full-bellied bearer of splendor. Take me, make me, I beg you.
Bearer of what? Who are you talking to? What happened?
Our eyes. First, second, third, opened by the aura. You see much, yet do not see the splendid shell of the white virgin here sleeping.
Cut the horse crap. Give me a straight answer.
Nonsense. But it is meaning that is meaningless. Open yourself. Walk. Listen. Pray. Take, you holy worm. Take his skin and skull for your home. Take my worship and grant your kindness. I pray you.
Perfectly preserved artifact. Was it the focus of their worship?
What? Right? I've yet to see anything down here resembling a good idea.
We enter the temple the moment they take the key seal. Get ready to cut up their diving suits. Forget them! Get the seed and the seal now!
Okay. What? It's shivering. This... No! Get away from me!
I think I'm starting to get the picture.
That means they were worshiping
We
it
enter
before
the
it
temple
came.
the moment they take the key seal. Forget them! Get the seed and the seal now!
Okay. What? It's shivering. This... No! Get away from me!
The hell? That should be one.
We enter the temple the moment they take the key seal. Get ready to cut up their diving suits. Forget them! Get the seed and the seal now!
Okay. What? It's shivering. This... No! Get away
this
from
two?
me!
Yeah, this gotta be two.
We enter the temple the moment they take the key seal. Get ready to cut up their diving suit.
Okay. What? It's shivering.
Forget them! Get the seed and the seal now!
The expedition found an artifact that drove them mad. Then, the Innsmouthers stole it and the professor in one go.
Oh man. Do I bring him back or do I abandon him?
ritual knife, an occult sign. I
Well,
think I
yeah,
better show Mr.
because
Throgmorton.
when you get back, what you tell them when you get back changes how they react. So if I go and tell them, hey, there's survivors down there. Why does it have a camera? Well, that's what I was thinking, but it's not letting me. No. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's a camera icon, but... Oh, shit. It's Cthulhu. It's like a reverberating sound here. What? Alright, let's get the F out of here. That's cool. I mean, the depressurizing was a little quick, but that was pretty cool. Alrighty. Right. So I said not good for decompression, but at least I didn't have to walk through the bottom of the... Uh-oh. Oh. What's happening to me? Uh-oh. Flashback? Oh, it's like a military uniform and you were in the Navy. Oh my. Well, that was something. That was very... Well, I mean, this game is weird. Yeah. Like I said, the pacing is kind of slow, but when you're playing it, it's like really interesting because it's so... Like there's so much to look at and figure out, and... Like, I did not see that giant Cthulhu statue at first. I wish I knew where to get the shotgun and stuff.
The door won't budge.
No, I'm betting you get it the way you get everything else.
Newcomer.
Finding. Who are you talking to? Oh yeah, he always says that. Because he's a perv. He likes to watch me. I'm sure he's not the only one. No, I think well, like everybody's kind of a butt to you because you're an outsider. Yeah. It's like, oh, you're an outsider. Wow. Pretty much, that's kind of what it feels like. You're just like, okay, first off, you don't know me.
Don't you have work to do?
Don't you?
The door won't budge.
So, like, don't you have work to do? I'm like, don't you?
The door won't budge. The door won't budge.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. I'm in the wrong place. Dum da dum dum dum. Derp. I had a derp moment.
I've got news, Mr. Throgmorton. The expedition members are alive. They're on the seabed in the sunken ruins. Some sort of ancient temple. They have enough air, but we need to hurry.
What happened? Why didn't the sailors help them?
Captain Sanders abandoned them, sailed away from the dive point. The fear, the visions, they got to him.
Sanders. I'll see that he doesn't have long to regret his cowardice.
Fuck.
I'm afraid that's not all. The Innsmouthers took the expedition's discoveries and kidnapped the professor.
What? Those degenerates. How did that happen?
The Innsmouthers. They knew about the temple. They waited there
I know.
hiding until the professor took what the Innsmouthers call
Fuck it.